Count, no balls and 1 strike. Cam Thompson stands on first base, no outs, top of the first. Scoreless game from Durant Park. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled off to the backstop, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. It was Chris Gallen's first career home run last night when he walked off for the Harwich Mariners. The 0-2 delivery comes up and in. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a breaking ball that got away from Hoeing. So Thompson leads off first, no outs. Top of the first inning. The 1-2 pitch to Gallen, swung on, and a slow chopper over towards second. Williams. From my vantage point, it looked like he was safe, but he's called out at second base nonetheless. 2 outs, top of the first inning. The count, no balls and 1 strike on Zach Watson. Watson out of LSU. He said it was all about getting his timing right with the new wood bats. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled off down the third base line. He was 5 for 7 in the series versus Falmouth.
I think for most of the players on the Cape League, they're not used to playing with wood, obviously, so it always takes about a week or two, kind of get adjusted and acclimated to these wood bats in action.
The 0-2 pitch on the outside corner for strike 3. Zach Watson goes down looking, and after 1/2 of an inning, it is the Mariners nothing and the Braves nothing. You're listening to Mariners Baseball on the Harwich Mariners Radio Network. Spencer Brickhouse batting 5th and playing third base is Jared Triolo. Batting 6th and playing left field is Danny Orienti. As the 1-1 pitch misses for ball 2, count 2-1. Batting 7th and playing shortstop is Alika Williams. Batting 7th and doing the catching is Cooper Johnson. And batting 9th and playing right field is Ashton Barzell. The 2-1 is cut on and line into right field for a base hit. So the leadoff batter aboard for the Braves in the bottom half of the first inning.
The second baseman, number 4, from the University of Louisville, Tyler Fitzgerald.
Runner on first base and nobody out in the bottom of the first. Tyler Fitzgerald, the second baseman for the Braves, steps into the right-hander's batter's box.
Fitzgerald at .364 average so far, 8 for 22, 3 RBIs.
He's actually called out on strikes. Fitzgerald checked his swing, but he's called out nonetheless, so there's 1 away in the bottom half of the first inning. A scoreless game from Durant Park. And the third hitter in the Bourne Braves order, Spencer Horwitz, steps into the left-hander's batter's box. Horwitz just 3 for 22 on Cape Cod as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Horwitz only 3 hits in 22 at-bats.
The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner, count 1 ball and 1 strike. Murray leads off first base, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. And checking on Murray at first base is Kyle Mora. The 1-1 pitch misses low, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Horwitz calls time, steps out of the left-hander's batter's box, restraps his batting gloves, and steps back in. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Runner on first base. Scoreless game. A 2-1 offering. Cut on and fouled off down the third base side, out of play, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Mariners winners of 4 consecutive games, including a walk-off home run last night from Chris Gallant. Mariners looking to extend that streak to 5 consecutive games. The 2-2 pitch into left center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Norman has trouble playing it. It's going to get by him, and the center fielder, Watson, will throw it back in, and it's going to end up being a double for Horwitz. See what the ruling is. It's going to be at least a base hit. Possibly a base hit and error as Norman overran the ball.
Yeah, it was a slicing ball from the left-hander, Harwitz. And it might have sliced a little more than he thought it was. He overran it too far, running to the left, and then it sliced when it hopped. Bounced to his right. He tried to barehand it, but just hit off his hand as it had some steam coming off the bat, especially right off the barrel.
So a single and an error. Runners on second and third, 1 out in the bottom half of the first inning. Spencer Brickhouse, the cleanup hitter, stands in the left-hander's batter's box. First pitch misses outside for Mora. Count goes to 1-0.
Yeah, one of the better hitters on this Cape League this year. With 7 RBIs, that is good for a tie for third in the Cape League.
The 1-0 delivery swung on and chopped over to second base, and the second baseman Morris can't handle it. It's going to score a run, and everybody's safe. Runners on first and third with 1 out in the bottom of the first and a couple of defensive errors, and all of a sudden the Bourne Braves are on top.
Yeah, Morris has been playing shortstop this whole year for the Mariners. Gets the start at second tonight. It may have been, maybe just a different feel over there. Not exactly sure.
Yeah, that's a ball he needs to get in front of, and he needs to make the play on. It was right to him, and he thought he had it, sort of picked up his glove, and then realized the ball wasn't inside, looked behind him, and the ball was on the outfield grass. So, runners on first and third with 1 out. 1-0 Bourne. On and missed by the 5-hitter, Jared Triolo.
As you're short, you want to get the momentum going from short over to throw the first. So he's at second now, which could be a little different of a feel for him.
The 0-1 offering cut on and fouled off to the netting behind home plate, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Runners on the corners, 1 out. 1-0 Bourne Braves over the Harwich Mariners in the bottom half of the first inning. Triolo steps back in. The 0-2 delivery. Cut on and fouled to the backstop. Headed right towards us, but the netting stops it. Thrand Park, another one of the parks with a brick backstop. So if the ball ends up going to the backstop, it's going to have a deflection that is pretty hard back towards home plate. Makes it a little bit tougher to run when the ball gets by the catcher. The 0-2 offering once more is swung on, and a pop-up over to second base. Morris makes the play this time for the second out of the inning. So 2 away in the bottom of the first. Runners remain on the corners. And Danny Orienti. Tyler Fitzgerald struck out And a slicing line drive into left field, and an error by Norman put runners on second and third for the Braves. The first pitch in there for a strike with the curveball. Count 0-1. Followed by an error at second base by Morris and a pop-up, and that's how we have runners on the corners and 2 outs for the Bourne Braves.
Let's see a big out here if we can get out of this jam with runners on the corners. There's only 1 run given up.
0-1 pitch. Check swing, the motion over to first base. They say he goes around, so no balls and 2 strikes on Danny Oriente. Mora looking to get out of this jam. The 0-2 offering in the dirt, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brickhouse on first, Horwitz on third. 1-0 Braves lead in the bottom half of the first. Danny Oriente standing in the right-hander's batter's box. 1-2 pitch, check swing, but he holds up as the pitch is in the The 2-2, cut on and miss, struck him out. So the Mariners get out of it, but not before.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant. Even your
Leading off.
Welcome back in the top half of the second inning as the Harwich Mariners trail the Bourne Braves 1-0. And the left-handed hitter Tanner Morris stands in the left-hander's batter's box. Morris made an error over at second base in the bottom half of the first, looking to make up for that as the first pitch is swung on and lifted down the left field line, slicing, but it's going to be a fair ball and head to the wall. Rounding first and heading into second base is Tanner Morris with a lead-off double to start at the top of the second.
And that's just the way the doctor order there is making up just for that error last inning. Why not? Lead off double. It's finding an option. Maybe the Mariners can play some small ball here or just let the bats hit away.
And that ball just continued to carry towards left field. Looked like it was slicing foul, but it stayed in fair territory. It was about 10 feet inside the third base line out there in left field. So, Morris off second base. And the fifth hitter in the order, Andre Lipsius, stands in the right-hander's batter's box. First pitch, breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery, a fastball, misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1.
And Helmy being able to throw that first pitch curveball in there for a strike shows a lot of confidence he has for that pitch.
The 1-1 delivery, swung on and chopped foul behind home plate, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tanner Morris stands on second base, no outs, top of the second inning. So 1-0 Braves lead. 1-2 delivery, cut on, a high fly ball to left field. Headed back to the track, to the wall, it's off the wall. Coming into third base is Morris, but that's all he'll get as he was headed close, stayed close to second base for the purposes of tagging up, but it's a double Lipsius. But Morris unable.
It was hard hit, so, and the left fielder out there, Oriente, was kind of twisting and turning, so I don't have the exact, direction of where to throw it to third, so he had the chance to tag up, but.
And now the sixth hitter in the Mariners order, Danny Casal, stands in the right-hander's batter's box and takes ball one outside. Runners on second and third, no outs.
I think the Mariners just playing a little safe on the base pass after an early season mistake, so.
The 1-0 delivery misses upstairs, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. And yeah, for me at least, I thought that Morris would be able to score, that he would be 2/3 of the way to third base, so that at least if the ball fell, he'd have a chance to round third and trot home. But he was staying pretty close to second base. I think he was interested in tagging as the 2-0 pitch is lined into right field, and that ball is caught by the right fielder Barzell. Tagging and scoring is Tanner Morris, and the Harwich Mariners tie the game at 1 on the top of the second.
Very similar to what we saw last game against Orleans.